This week, Ford unveiled a 60th anniversary Ford Bronco. I am a Bronco owner. Let's talk about it. The original Ford Bronco was introduced on August 11th, 1965, and you can't let a 60th anniversary go by without acknowledging it. So Ford has created their 60th anniversary package. Let's let the B-roll roll and we'll talk about it. So it's a 2026 model. We're going to get to that in a second because there's some clues as to what we could expect from 2026 from the Bronco. But it's based on the Outer Banks trim, which is kind of an interesting choice. The Outer Banks is kind of like their mid-level, almost more street-oriented version. It's like not the fanciest rendition, but it's Outer Banks with the Sasquatch package. That's the same package that we have on our Bronco. We've got a 2021 Big Bend Sasquatch package. So you got the front and rear lockers, you got 35-inch Goodyear tires, which are of marginal quality. You've got the raised off-road suspension. It's a very, very capable vehicle. They're going to offer the 60th anniversary version with either the 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, or you can also get the 2.7 EcoBoost V6. So what's special about this thing? As you might notice on the outside, that Wimbledon paint, that Wimbledon white paint, is a really big deal. That's got a lot of Ford heritage, so they've brought that back for the first time in a very long time. Those wheels are special 17-inch gravity gray wheels, and they got a vermilion red center cap. If you look really close, you can see a little Bronco bucking there. It says 1966 on it. My first thought is those are probably going to be pretty difficult to clean if you actually take this thing off-road, but I'm guessing this is going to be a special edition and limited sales volume, so most of the people who buy these things aren't going to go wheeling. Let me go back to that front end. We're going to look at that grille for a sec. That is unique to the 60th anniversary. It doesn't look like any other Bronco trim. It's recalling the original Bronco very much. They say it's got warm alloy paint, and then you got more of that vermilion red on the Bronco lettering. And then as you roll down the side here, you got the 60 over here with the little stripe. You guessed it, that's vermilion red. Let's pause the B-roll and pull up some pictures real quick. In the back here, so we've got this tire cover. It's actually a hard element in the middle that is more Wimbledon white, and yes, you guessed it, vermilion red Bronco paint here, and then soft on the outside. It does make it look a little bit more elite, a little more clean on the back, and that's kind of the essentials on the outside. When you go inside, white and black leather seats. They've embossed 60 on the seats, and then you've got some of these Bronco red elements in here. I don't think that's vermilion, but certainly eye-catching, although you find those same colors in other trims. Oh, and then down over in the little badge area, which all Broncos have this little badge, but this one has the 60, and look, they even put 66 over here on the controls for the dual zone climate control. That's kind of a fun little touch. Good job, photographers. Those are the essential elements of the 60th anniversary package. One thing that we do not know is how much is this thing going to cost? I suspect it's going to be a pretty penny, super limited edition, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Any guesses? Leave them in the comments. Last element, in addition to the Wimbledon white, which I think does look pretty darn nice. I like the aesthetic. It does feel maybe a little bit OJ, but I think it's working for me. That looks nice. Also, you got the new style of running boards here, so it's a generally appealing package. It does have kind of an elevated quality to it. One thing that they do offer, though, is an option to get the ruby red paint job, but you still have that Wimbledon white top. That's what it looks like there. I think that's kind of a fetching combo there. I dig that. One thing you might have noted, though, there's no two-door version of the Bronco 60th anniversary package. And if you are thinking that the heritage of the Bronco really does lean two-door, I think you might be right. In fact, if you look at the heritage versions of the Bronco when they originally introduced them a couple years back, they did offer a two-door, and it did look certainly more classic. I know there's a lot of animosity towards the four-door version of the Bronco, but as a four-door owner, I appreciate the extra ability to get my kid in and out. So I have no resentment for the four-door inclusion on the 60th anniversary package, but I can see why traditionalists might, have a little bit of a problem with it. One other potential complaint might be the fenders. So we've got the roundish fenders, kind of like we've got on the Bronco that I own. I think it's a little bit of an odd move that they didn't go with the more square design like they have on the heritage style Broncos that they already sell. I don't know if they didn't want to intrude too much on the heritage lineup by having the exact same fender shape, but I do feel like that squared off heritage design would be a little bit more appropriate in a 60th anniversary design. That would make a little bit more sense to me. The big news here, though, is that this is our first look at the 2026 model year. And if you look at the overall design, peeking around here, I don't see anything that jumps out to me as a big change except this guy right here. If you look on the A-pillar, there's a grab handle. That is not a big revelation. So people who are thinking, oh gosh, 2026 is going to be the moment where they actually do a big, mid-cycle refresh. Nope, temper your expectations. I think we're going to have to push that back to 2027. And then, gosh, the real question is, in 2027, what do you do with the Bronco? They've created an iconic design. That word's kind of overused, but it is a really distinct shape and really popular. The biggest challenge in automotive design is to take something that's really working and then update it, because it's just time to update it. I have no idea what you would do to the Bronco to make it a little bit more fresh without hurting the design that's already there. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Question 1. Did they do enough to honor the 60th anniversary of the Bronco with the 60th anniversary Bronco package you've got here? And then question number 2, for 2027, assuming they do an update for the design, then what would you guys do? It seems like a real tricky needle to thread. For my purposes, the best use of a Bronco is to actually drive it, and I'm guessing most people are not going to be driving in a meaningful off-road way their 60th anniversary Broncos. But if you're interested in getting one, they're going to announce pricing closer to the October timeframe when you can actually put an order in on one. Will you be putting an order in on your Bronco? Tell me in the comments. And if you're curious about my family's experience with our 2021 Ford Bronco, here's a video you can check out. Surprise, it hasn't blown up yet. All right, guys, see you next time. High fives. Bam!